Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've not heard that in a long time, man. But
We're back. It feels good. It feels good.
energy.
Welcome back. That's right.
Welcome back. Thanks
Hashgraph
everyone for tuning
Hustlers.
in, man.
That's right.
Hashgraph Hustlers, the return. The return of the Mac.
The return of the hustle.
This is long awaited.
It is. It's been a long time.
I think since the last one, look what I've got.
Oh, Mal, my man.
Come on.
Back in the
Got this.
back.
I've got like my arm.
Oh, okay. Blue Yeti. Oh, Blue Yeti. Okay.
The Blue Yeti. I've got background. This is my my chessboard.
Yeah, the sound dampening.
The sound dampening, because yeah, I moved to Malaysia, which is why we've been a bit delayed. Now Ashe and I were on a 12-hour different time zone, so it's 8 p.m. for me, 8 a.m. for Ashe. But we're doing it because we love you guys.
But you can't stop the hustle. You can't stop the hustle.
You cannot stop the hustle.
Or as Jay-Z said, you can't knock the hustle.
Nah, you cannot, bro. Man, shout out Jay-Z. Anyway, so we're back. Today, what we're going to be covering, Ashe?
Yeah, so we, if you tuned in a couple weeks, maybe even a month or two ago at this point, we covered N8N with Milan. N8N is a low no-code workflow builder. Let's turn down the music just a tad.
Maybe turn it up a little bit. Turn it up or turn it down?
Turn it down.
Turn it down.
Yeah, there we go. So previously we built using Milan's Hedera N8N plugin, but it had limited functionality. You know, this was a side project for him. But I can't recall what we built at this point, but we were creating accounts, we were creating tokens, we were checking balances, and all no code. What we've done since then is we've built out, using the Hedera agent kit, we have built out a much more robust Hedera N8N plugin, just a lot more functionality. And what we're going to do today is this is basically the debut of the official Hedera N8N plugin. And we're going to walk you guys through how to get set up with N8N, why you need to, for now, run a local hosted version of N8N for free rather than the hosted version over on n8n.io, why that is, how to go get the Hedera N8N plugin and install it, and then get the app, the N8N app, live and running on your local computer. And then once we're there, we're going to build some no-code workflows for you. What we've got in mind today is we want to do something relevant to the community right now. And we think what's cool is we want to create a new meme coin. And when somebody receives that meme coin, maybe they buy it or somebody sends it to them or whatever, when a new account has a balance of greater than 0, basically, then we want to automatically mint a new NFT into a collection and airdrop that NFT to that new user. Maybe it's, the idea is maybe this is somebody coming in and this is the first coin that they buy on Hedera. This is like a welcome to the community NFT. So maybe this makes sense in the real world, maybe it doesn't, but it definitely makes sense in terms of displaying and showcasing the functionality of the N8N plugin.
I wonder if, Ashe, do you think it's worth, I've got a Lucid chart up right now. Should we try and map out sort of what we're doing on like a Lucid chart? Because I think broadly speaking, that will then look pretty similar to what we actually build on N8N, right?
Yeah.
Because it is sort of a similar, yeah, okay, let's give that a go. And then just so we can sort of visualize exactly what we plan to do, then we'll get into the actual setup part. Like it's slightly technical. It's not quite as easy as just going to N8N and setting up the account over there because of some community package stuff. But let's go over to share my screen right now.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Jake.
I've got this Lucid chart up. So basically, I think what we're going to want to do first of all, we want to create this meme token. So there'll be a create fungible, create meme coin, basically. Yeah, that'll be the first step, and that I guess would almost happen sort of outside. That's just we do it once and it's done.
Yeah, And then the same for the NFT collection as well.
Right. So then we want to create NFT collection too. And then this is where things get a bit more complex, right? We need to use a query. We need to query the mirror node to find out who is a new owner of the NFT. Yeah. Of the meme coin.
Yeah.
The meme. So query mirror node to find out new owner.
And Hedera makes this pretty simple. You know, you can query all of the holders of a token ID, and you can even set to just return with who has a balance of that token greater than 1, for example. And that's probably what we'll do here.
Yeah. So we'll go. So from here, we'll go. I think there's a few checks that we need to do. So the first one is, are they new holder? Because we don't want to, if someone buys 5 and then someone buys another 5, we don't want to give them 2 NFTs. So I think we want to go sort of first check is going to be, first decision is going to be,
so how do you think we should do this, Jake? Should we just take periodic snapshots of the token holder list?
Yeah.
And then compare them to each other?
Yeah, exactly. So I think what we want to do is we want to have some sort of like recurring cron job, which you can do with N8N. You can set up a schedule. And maybe what we can then do, I'm sure there's some sort of persistence. So we take a snapshot. So we go query mirror node.
Do we store that?
Save snapshot.
Yeah. And N8N offers like storage into a database, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. Worst case scenario, we can attach it to a Google Sheet and just have that as our database. But I'm pretty sure there'll be like an internal one. Compare snapshot. And then so at this point, we're comparing the new snapshot with the last one. So the first thing that we need to do is check, is there a new account ID?
Yep.
And if no...
Yeah, and we also need to compare, we're only getting accounts with greater than 1 balance. Okay.
No, so that will be another check. That will be another check.
Well, okay, maybe we can wrap that up into the original mirror node query though. We can filter by only returning.
Oh, the current N8N is not that complex though. We've got just a simple,
okay.
Yeah. So I think what we'll do is we can do the check on the N8N side. We can build some logic on N8N and show people how to do that.
Okay. Yep.
So the first thing is, is there a new account ID? If no, just do nothing. If yes, then we want to go, is balance greater than 0? And the reason for that is because with this particular mirror node query, when an account associates to a particular token, they will show up on that token mirror node query just with a balance of 0. And we want to
as an account, as a token holder, except with a balance of 0, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we also need to check if the balance is greater than 0, and if yes, then we can mint NFT.
Yep.
And then we can finally airdrop or transfer NFT.
Yeah.
Now, I guess there's a step here. We could technically, if we have time and if we're able to, we could potentially generate some AI art here and use that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. But then we'll have to have an upload functionality.
Yeah, let's park that as like a nice to have.
Well, we should work some AI into this though.
Okay, so how could we do that? How could we do that? It would be nice to have. I mean, we've got, let's try generate AI.
Do we have is there an upload, like file upload module in N8N?
Maybe we can dig around. We can have a look. But I think that this is kind of what our N8N flow is going to look like. So this is sort of mapped out. I think it kind of makes sense. And then this will be running just on a loop. Essentially, we'll do a schedule so that it runs every 5 seconds or 1 minute, and all of that can be done on N8N.
Let's take another minute or two and brainstorm what other AI integrations we could have here, because I believe the title was, something about AI here. So yeah, AI. Yeah, what other AI agent functionality could we work in here?
Well, I mean, we could have, because obviously with N8N you can build AI agents. You can actually sort of create AI agents really easily.
Oh, you know what we can do? You know what we can do, Jake? We can have it consume the list of token holders and just report back to us in natural language a summary of what how many accounts hold, what the new accounts are, what the largest balance is, and stuff like that. Maybe.
Let's do it. So I guess
it's like a reporting agent.
Yeah. Okay. So like from that compare snapshot, after that we can then go to our reporting agent to give natural. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Because then it's sort of like an exec summary to the meme job to the token holder. Yeah. Give reporting agent to give exec summary to meme coin CTA. Cool. Okay, let's do it. Well, let's first take a step back as well, and we'll just go through the actual sort of N8N side, how we're going to set it up, and we can we can then start implementing this in real life.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so typically what you would do as this is like sort of the most low tech sort of not non-technical person friendly would be to go over to the N8N website, click on get started. They give a really generous 14 days for free, where you don't even need to put a card in. So I literally just set that up before. You don't even need to put a card in, and you can just go straight to creating workflows. Mm-hmm. Now, there is one very, very a small drawback with this hosted approach. This is called hosted N8N, where N8N are sort of hosting it as a service for you. And that is when it comes to using community nodes, you're only able to use very verified ones.
Right. And so, as you can imagine, I'm trying to communicate with N8N and see what the process is for getting our Hedera plugin verified and included in community nodes, so that anybody can go to n8n.io, pull in Hedera, and start building immediately. For now, Jake, there's a workaround though, isn't there? A little bit more technical workaround, but there is a workaround.
Exactly, there is the workaround. So for that workaround, we're just going to close the actual hosted version, and then you want to go to the docs. And on the docs, they've got this sort of documentation on how you can self-host N8N. So N8N, the GitHub is a public repository. It's not technically open source, because to the best of my knowledge, it's got a what's called a fair use license, which basically means you can use it as long as you're not making revenue off of it. And as soon as you start making money off it, you need to pay N8N their fair share. But we're going to install it. There's a few different ways to install it. The easiest way to install it is just by using npm. So if you're a web developer, you already have Node installed, you already have npm. If you don't have Node installed, you can go over just to sort of node.org. And from here, follow the instructions to download this JavaScript. Hang on, I'm do node.js. Was it Node.js?
Yeah, I think it's Node.js.
So you will basically want to go to this website first, nodejs.org, and then you want to download Node for your machine. Again, slightly technical, but it's not too bad. And then once you've done that, you can go to your to your terminal, and you can run this npm install nan g command. Now, I know quite a lot of the audience is technical, so it should be fine for them. But if you're not, head over to Node, download Node, which is essentially it's like a you can think of it as like an operating system for JavaScript code. It provides a space for JavaScript code to run. I'm just gonna move my camera a bit. And then once you download that, you can then install this nan package, which has all of the code to run nan on your local machine, and it's really cool. It's really nice. So we're going to do it over here. I'm also just because I've already got it downloaded, I'm going to add this latest tag, which means I'm going to download the latest version of nan. Mm-hmm. Once this finishes installing, it's really straightforward. All you need to do, it's going to take a while because it's quite a big package. All you need to do is you just need to write nan and click enter.
Awkward
silence while it loads.
Nah, we're vibing. There's no awkward silence on the Hashgraph Hustlers. No. I'll jump over on X and see if we've got anybody hanging out.
Yeah, we've got Amara from Uganda. Hello, Amara.
Hey,
Great
Amara.
to have you on. Hello from Malaysia. And we've got a really good question on YouTube. This is a really great question, actually. So, to query mirror nodes for token holders, do I need to pay a transaction fee? The answer is no. No, you don't. If you're using the mirror node, you do not need to pay a transaction fee. However, if you use that, there is technically a route that you can take to query token holder information by querying the node directly. And in that case, you do need to pay, but this is not recommended at all. It's not recommended to go through the node. When you can get it for free, you can query the mirror node. And we'll see this in action because we've got this particular query in the actual application as well. Amazing. So this is ready. We've downloaded nan, and now all I need to click is nan and then just hit enter. What this is doing is it's spinning up a local version of nan. And when I click open, as you can see over here, similar to that view which we had on the hosted version, we now have it on our local host. We have it on our local machine running on our computer. Mm-hmm. Which is actually really secure. This is almost the most secure thing that you can have. And we go over to create workflow. We have the same process.
And unlike the 15-day free trial that NAN's main page gives you, Jake, what are the restrictions on running it locally?
I mean, literally, there's no restrictions. It's like as long as you have electricity to power your computer, you can run this stuff. You can run it.
Right.
And
it's the full version of NAN. You're not being handicapped at all, right?
Do you know, I think there are a few differences, but I mean, like, basically everything that you'll need, especially for beginners, you'll have here. Maybe there are some call to actions. What does it say?
Right, okay.
Select pay, so unlock, select paid features for free. Okay, yeah, so this is the paid feature.
So you give them your email and you're able to unlock some paid features for free. Basically, top of funnel marketing type thing. Do we need any of those?
Oh, there we go. Yeah. There we go. You give them your, classic, yeah. And sort of what it is organize it into folders, like, okay, great.
Cool.
And what happens if you click skip? Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
No, you don't have to do that. I've not done that. You don't have to do that, and you can literally get straight away to sort of building your nan flows. What we're going to do, we're going to head over to settings, and you'll notice that when we go to settings and we click on community nodes, we're not limited by. It doesn't say you can only use NAN verified community nodes. No, in our case, you can use any community node which is hosted on NPM. So we've got a NAN nodes Hedera, which you can find if you just search this, probably will come up. I know, look at that, Hashgraph Hustlers episode. This is the one with Milan.
Rather than searching the NPM package name directly, which some people may not know, just put Hedera in NPM into Google and see if it returns.
No, we need to improve the SEO.
All right, so we'll improve the SEO. So let's just drop the link again, maybe in the banner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, the most important thing is you don't actually, when you go over to the web UI, we just delete this over here. Let's uninstall it. Yeah, I'll confirm and install. So you don't actually need to type in the whole thing. You just need to do NAN-node. So every single community NAN node has to start with NAN-nodes-. So really all we're doing is we're just adding Hedera to it. Perfect. So you just need to sort of, when you're installing the community node, all of them will begin with NAN-nodes, and then, yeah, we're NAN-nodes-Hedera. We understand the risks. There are, of course, risks when it comes to downloading unverified stuff. For example, here, it would technically be possible for me to have created a NAN package which steals your private keys. So always be careful when downloading stuff from the internet. I haven't written any code which steals your keys, but it would totally be possible.
Yeah.
And then once you put it in,
make sure that you're going -Hedera. We control that NPM package, right? And so we've got tight control over that deployment.
Exactly, yeah. I wouldn't download any other Hedera packages.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. That's basically done. So now we can go over to our workflow, and we can search for nodes, and we can search and we can find Hedera. And it's got this nice little node community thing. It's got this little box. So we can click on that, add to workflow, and then we can see all of the Hedera related functionalities that we have. We've got the ability to create accounts, transfer HBAR. We've got stuff for tokens. You can create fungible tokens, airdrop tokens, create NFTs, mint NFTs and tokens. You can do stuff with the mirror node. So this is what we'll be using. This will be very important, querying the mirror node. We'll be doing the get token. Get token value for a specific. I wonder if this one will.
Does that require?
This is the one which we need. Get token balance.
Yeah, because it just requires a token ID, not a token ID and an account ID.
So let's have a quick look at just one example token on the testnet. This one over here. Copy. So if we paste it in here, execute that step, as we can see, well, no one owns any of it. It's just a dead token.
We'll mint one and we'll do it.
Yeah. But there we have it.
Let's just go back to that screen one more time, Jake. The Hedera plugin screen showing all the functionality. So, you in the little drop down box above, resource. This is where you're going to pick, let's say, the type of transaction or the type of functionality. Account. Is it on the account? Is it a token? Is it mirror node? Is it a consensus service? One thing to note there is that you'll see the HBAR transfers is under account. And this is a little bit funky because you would think that would be under token, but HBAR, since it was the original native gas token of Hedera, it's actually more closely related to how accounts are created rather than how tokens are created on the token service. So just know that if you want to transfer HBAR, then it will be under the resource dropdown for accounts. All right. But other than that, let's just drop down the consensus service real quick. because I don't think we covered that one. We're not using that one today, but you've got create topic and submit message. There's no query message, Jake.
In the mirror node query, there is. We've got the get topic messages.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, there you go. So it looks like we've got all basic functionality here.
Yeah, exactly. And just to Ash's point, I mean, it might make sense. We could definitely move transfer HBAR into the token. I think logically, even if technically it's not the right place,
yeah,
from the end user perspective, it might make more sense.
All right, so we'll take that as a feature request, and we'll get that pushed out in a future version.
Yeah. And actually, if you do have feature requests, you can definitely go to the GitHub. Go to the GitHub and just create an issue in the NAN nodes Hedera package. So I'll create one over here. We can do move transfer HBAR to token resource. In fact, we could probably even do it this session because it would be really trivial.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's get started with it. So just a reminder, this is what we're looking to build. And as you can see, it's going to be looking pretty similar. So I think we could just get started with it straight away. So let's do a one-off create meme coin and a one-off create NFT token. We'll just create those now.
Yep.
And then we'll remove them essentially.
Yep.
So we'll go token, create fungible token. So this is going to be our meme coin. This is going to be, what should we call it?
Do you have an account that we can use already? Should we need to get a testnet account?
Right. Yeah. I've skimmed over that. Okay. Let's.
We should go to the faucet. I mean, we should go to the portal though, right?
Yes. Yeah. So we'll go totally from scratch. So I already had a credential, which is why you didn't see me put that in. But yeah, Ashe is right. For it, you need to create a new credential, and you need to, whenever you're using the Hedera node, you need to add your credential. This credential is your account ID and your private key. And for that, you can go to the Hedera portal. So that's portal.hedera.com. And then use the ECDSA key right at the top. You can copy and paste the account ID and copy and paste the private key. Select which network you want to use. We're using testnet.
Mm-hmm.
And then click save. And voila, that is your credential. That is what you're going to be using to create and execute all of these transactions. So when we create this fungible token, it will be paid for by this testnet account, which we can use the Hedera portal for.
Yep. Which gets HBAR. Testnet HBAR dropped into it upon account creation, so you're already in good shape.
Yeah, exactly. You get 1,000 HBAR every single day, which is very generous. Very generous. Right. Let's give this token a name then. So I think we should have it, I don't know, like Hustle Coin or something.
Yeah.
Hustle Coin. Obviously, the symbol is going to be Hustle.
Yep.
We'll give it
0 decimals.
Yeah, 0 decimals. And then we'll do an initial supply. I mean, it's got to be like, what, 69,420, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And here we can specify if we want a supply key or not. So
what does that get us, Jake?
Yeah, so what a supply key does, a supply key would allow a user to mint more tokens up until the maximum amount. Now, generally speaking, for meme coins at least, you definitely never want a supply key. That's usually quite a big red flag. If one particular account is able to inflate the supply, so we'll disable the supply key. But if we were to have it enabled, what it would do is it means that the account which you've connected with can also be used to do a mint fungible token operation. We're not going to have that. We're going to forget about sort of minting new stuff. We'll just have an initial supply. That will be the max supply that there ever is. don't need to have a supply key. But if you were to have the supply key, yeah, you could mint more, and also you could also burn them as well. All right, let's do this execute step. I wonder if I need to use a Hedera encoded private key. Let's just do this one. Okay, let's try this. There we go. Yeah, so I think you need to actually use this DER encoded. That's a small detail which I can iron out. But as you can see, we have created this fungible token. We created our meme coin. We can take that transaction ID. We can go over to Hashscan, and we'll be able to see that there was a token create transaction which was paid for by our account which we just used, and there was a amount which was transferred to that account. So this is the treasury account. This is now the account which actually owns the token. And obviously, in real life, you then go over to a decentralized exchange, and you create a liquidity pool, and you provide liquidity in there so other people can then trade your token. Right, let's now create our NFT as well. Yep. So again, you just type in Hedera, add the Hedera node to the workflow, specify that we want token, create NFT, and then the token name. So this will be, what should we call this one here? The Hustlers collection.
Welcome to the hustle.
Welcome to the hustle.
Yeah.
WTTH.
Yeah.
Welcome to the hustle. And then for here, infinite supply.
Yep. So this is going to create the NFT collection, and then we're going to need to mint NFTs inside it. But we could do that in real time, couldn't we, Jake?
Yes, yeah, exactly. So once we've created it, we can then, because it's it's associated to this particular account, this account can mint them, and it can transfer them. Now, a really important detail to know about Hedera with our native token service is that unlike fungible tokens, non-fungible tokens need to have a supply key. You can't create a non-fungible token without a supply key, whereas you can create a fungible token without a supply key, and you give it an initial supply. With non-fungible tokens, you can't give it an initial supply, so you always need to be able to have a supply key which can actually be used to mint new tokens.
And so when creating an NFT collection, is there that same option to include supply key, or is it a requirement?
Well, it's a requirement. So it's sort of, you literally cannot create an NFT.
On the plugin itself.
On the plugin, there's no option because it is like a necessity. Yeah. So
right.
It just happens behind the scenes. It doesn't really get shown to the end user. Our objective with the plugin for now, again, please people head over to the GitHub and raise issues. But our objective for the plugin is to really make it as simple as possible without sort of bringing in extra confusing features and technical parts of the Hedera network, which you can tap into if you want to sort of do the coding, but we want to keep the N plugin nice and simple, at least to begin with, and obviously we can progressively improve it over time. But we see over here we've got this new token create. This time it is, rather than being a fungible token, it's an NFT. Okay, so got that. Now we have all the building blocks in place. Let's save the IDs for our NFT. So our NFT is that's the ID for our NFT. This will be useful later on so we can actually reference it. And then for our fungible token, that was our token ID. Yes. Copy. There we go. Yeah, cool. Oh. Brother. There we go. Yeah, okay. So this is our meme coin token ID. This is our NFT collection token ID. And now we can actually get into this sort of meaty bit, which is querying the mirror node to find out new owners of the meme coin, saving the snapshot, comparing the snapshot, doing the AI summary, doing this if-else logic, and then finally minting and transferring the NFT.
Let's go.
Let's do it. So we can actually just delete this now. This is sort of not so important anymore. I'm going to bump up the tunes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's switch it up too. We've got Feeding the Ducks on right now. I think we can have a little bit of, let's do a little bit of Night Dragon. Let's do a little bit of Night Dragon. Oh yeah.
Oh, always hits. I'll go grab my testnet account ID, Jake, so we can use it to test with as well.
Nice, yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna drop soon. Or is this the drop? No, it's not dropped.
No.
It's not dropped.
No, this one's just chill.
And we've got to switch it back while we've got. I feel it.
Really getting in our groove now.
Oh yeah. I don't think this is the drop yet, is it?
No, this one isn't the one that has a drop, I don't think.
Ah, okay. I think that's the drop years ago. There's some. We'll keep this rolling. But there's damn, bro, we're rusty, man.
I know.
I used to know them off by heart.
It's been too long. This is what happens.
Damn, I've been yeah, man. I knew them off by heart. I knew exactly when it dropped. We'd be like, woo. Okay. So what have we got? Right, back to it. First thing we want to do, is we want to specify that our trigger is going to be running on the schedule. Now, I've never actually used this before, but it looks pretty straightforward. So we can do a 30-second trigger. Why not? That's calm. 30-second trigger. Ooh, let's do that one. Yeah, so 30-second trigger.
What are we triggering right now? Because we're just creating the tokens, right?
Well, no, we've already created the tokens. So now we're going on to this.
Oh, we haven't mint the tokens. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that minting will only happen if certain conditions have been met.
Yeah.
Well, I've just noticed a bit of an edge case where it might not be too bad, but if within that particular time period, that particular schedule, there's been like 5 new token holders, we need to make sure that we airdrop 5 and we mint 5 tokens. But I'm sure we can.
Yeah. We'll just need to loop that once we have our list of the deltas of the account IDs.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, we've got this scheduled trigger. This is what's going to be running every 30 seconds or so. And that's where we're just in it, 30 seconds. Okay.
So if you give me the token ID on testnet, I can go ahead and just associate with it.
Yeah.
Which will be a 0.
Yes.
Okay. Just let me get that 0.0.6873595.
And but for those of you who are watching, associate it as well, and then just drop your testnet account IDs in here. Well, drop your test, because I'll need to send it to you. That will be you buying it. It'll be me just transferring it to you.
Right.
But if you associate yourself to it, then we could also tie you guys into this testnet meme tokens. It obviously has no real world value. But yeah, and then I think we need to keep an eye on X, just in case anyone from X is, because those comments don't come through, unfortunately. Let me Oh, damn. Got 128k people tuned in.
Let's go.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, hoping this was going to be a good one.
I think a lot of that's just ad spend. Let me just get in the tunes. There we go. 14. Okay, there's 14 comments in here. Nice. Oh, there's some good hyperware. This is quite bullish. 32k. Oh, shout out. Do you know hyperware? Oh, shout out hyperware. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, guys, if you're watching on X, we're keeping an eye on the comments over there. Drop your testnet account ID if you want to have any of this. If you want to be part of
this.
Yeah,
if you want to participate, yeah.
Exactly. Cool. So okay, we've got the schedule trigger. That's running every 30 seconds. Now let's do our first step, which is the query mirror node to find out new owners of meme coin.
Yep.
So go over to add. We add Hedera.
So again, what we've got to do here is on that recurring loop, we're going to take a snapshot basically of all the holders. And then when the loop runs again, we're going to take another snapshot, and then we're going to compare those snapshots and pull out which accounts are new, right?
Exactly. So we've got create meme. This is the token ID that we want to be querying. And then we go pass that in, execute step, and we should have, there we have, we've got 2 people who are holders of that account. Only one of those 2 is an actual holder with the value, but because Ashe has just associated it, he's now coming up on this list.
Yep. With 0 balance, right?
With 0 balance. Yeah. So what we then want to do, and I think that's, okay, cool. Okay, let's do that. So actually, yeah, we're going to go over here, count, mirror query, get token balance. That's the one. Cool. So yeah, this will run every 30 seconds, and then yeah, that will give us the query. Now we need to
persist somewhere.
Persist it, exactly. So we need to, let's see what we can do for data transformation, manipulate, filter, or convert.
No, we just need storage.
Yeah, read or write files from the computer. That should be okay. Write files to disk. Let's go ChatGPT. Let's go ChatGPT. And I have an object. Let's just go. Let's do this. Just screenshot this. Here it comes. I want to build this flow in NAM. Let's do this. Okay. Based on the Hedera network, explain how I can persist the data from the mirror node and compare snapshots.
Because we have a couple options here. We could store this in a database, although I don't know how complicated that would be, or probably expensive, or I don't know. Or we can just like write this out to a CSV file on our disk, on our local computer, which may be the best. Or we could use something like Connect Google Docs and just write this out to a Google Sheet, spreadsheet. Right.
And I think that could be convert to file, convert JSON. Yeah, I think let's have a look at what that was the idea which I had.
Or we could just like save. Yeah, we probably just need to save the results that it gives us out to a JSON file, since we already get it in JSON format.
Yeah, I mean we could do something like we could, yeah, let's have a look at what AI comes. So we're saying this is what use case for data stores and a tiny code node. So we've got our cron job, that's already set up. We've got our HTTP, that's already set up.
Well, we probably don't need pagination, but I wonder.
Nah, we won't do that for now.
Maybe we should take away and make sure that the plugin supports pagination.
Yeah, that's actually one of the issues. Okay, so here it's saying NAN data store. So it looks like there's something called data store. No database to manage. I wonder, is that part of...
You know what we could do, Jake? Let's see if we can just save the JSON file locally and then submit it to AI to tell us what the difference, the deltas of the account IDs are.
Yeah, okay.
Can we just save file?
Yeah, so we can read and write files to this. So we can write files to disk.
Yeah.
Let's call it. Oh, okay. So I guess what we could do here. This is interesting.
Save it as the timestamp is the name of the file.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Although so that would get messy over time, because we only need 2 files. We need previous state and current state, and then.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're going to have 1,000 files on disk.
Yeah. Okay. So if we save this as,
previous state, current state, and just overwrite them every time. We need to do something so that current state turns into previous state, though.
Yeah, exactly. We need to do. I think we need to have it. We need to have it stored in there as first. Like we need to have it like a one-off. Save it and store it in there. Okay, so let's just do that. This will be our first data / previous state.json. Input data binary. The name of the. Okay, let's just execute that step. Right, okay. Input to, so I think actually here we want to go balances. That's what we want. JSON, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Operation expects the nodes and data. It needs to be binary file.
What?
Maybe we need to actually make it a string, like a JSON string. JSON.stringify. Let's try this. Make sure it outputs a binary. Why doesn't it do that automatically?
Yeah.
Convert JSON data to binary file.
Oh, there you go.
Let's do this. So we'll do.
We could just use CSV. I mean, we could convert JSON to CSV. Would that work?
Yeah, it should be right. So what's this? Convert JSON to binary data. Convert to. Yeah.
I don't know why we would convert JSON to JSON.
I don't understand this.
No, I don't either.
Convert to JSON. Well, let's try. Let's see.
Sure.
So I think we actually want to delete that now. Put that here. And then we want to go convert to JSON. So this is already JSON. That's what I'm a bit confused about. Okay. I guess this is the binary.
Okay.
So if we now then put that over here. Come on.
Yeah, we probably don't need to stringify now.
No, definitely don't need that. And now, schema, only binary data, view it using the binary tab. View. What? Why can't I drag and drop this?
I don't even, it doesn't, oh, file.json. It's just storing as file.json. I see the file, I'm just looking at the file name up there. Go back to the previous node and see if we can change that name from file.json. Convert to
Oh, hang on. That was a weird, objects.json, file.json.
Go to settings up at the top.
File name.
File name. Okay, so this is going to be previous.json.
Yeah, previous.json.
This is a good look at what actually happens behind the scenes when you're building something. It's just relentless problem solving, you know. Just because you're going to be using a no code situation doesn't mean it's going to be no problems to solve.
That's so true. So here I still don't understand why do I just try this input binary field?
Do we need to write this to disk anymore, since it already says file.json and we renamed it previous.json? It feels like it's already saved somewhere. When we convert, yeah, see, we're converting to file. Does it give a path?
No, I don't think it's actually saving anywhere yet.
Oh, it's just saving.
Yeah. Oh, it must be something in the docs. So let's have a quick look at the docs. This is something which
I'm sure they have.
Under.
Oh, there you go. Try chat with the docs and see if it.
Ah, yeah, nice. Okay. I am using self-hosted. I'm using self-hosted version of NAN, and let's turn deep thinking as well. I want to compare a snapshot of two get queries. What's the We've just had someone from LinkedIn suggest you need to use the DB name to search in NAN. Each DB will need to be set up first. Use Google Sheets or JSON file. I mean, I guess what we could do, what would be quite easy, I suppose, is if we, in Google Sheets, we could have like a sheet. We could create sheet. One sheet for previous, one sheet for new, and then just take the data from the sheet potentially.
Yeah, we could do that. It might be easier than trying to write to disk.
Yeah, this is a bit having to do like okay, let's go. Okay, so I guess,
although I'm not sure how to give it write permissions to a Google Drive doc.
So usually what you do is you just sort of
can we give it? Oh, okay.
You just click on it, and then so let's do what we've got update. Right. And it's quite cool as well because you can have actions. So you can actually have NAN be triggered by updates to the. You could have NAN be triggered by updates to it. So actually, here I'm thinking we could. Not that I'm saying we should do this, but we could technically have this event-driven architecture where we have two separate NAN workflows. One which is just responsible for like adding the delta to the sheet. So the sheet is just is an appending list.
Oh, right.
And then you can have a separate workflow. Which,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, we could do it. Yeah, we could do it that way. So NAN is just giving us the deltas, but then another workflow is identifying what the new names are on the sheet.
Yeah, or even whenever there's a new row, we'll sort of assume that means it's a new holder, and then we just check.
Right.
Yeah. But so what have we got over here? So we've got schedule true. Here it's saying set nodes. If you use a set function as a node. Okay. Compare data set. Use this node to compare the two data sets. But I want to know what is the data set? What's used for the data set?
Use the compare data sets. Oh, it said use compare data. Apparently there's a compare data sets function in N8N. See, scroll down.
Compare data set. No, I think that's just like a general instruction. It's like, great. Oh, okay, no, take that back. Okay, interesting. So we have items from different branches are paired together when the fields below match. If paired.
You know what we could do, Jake? Just solutioning. We could go, we could store the timestamp for each of our queries. And I think on the mirror node, you can actually go get a token holder balance list by timestamp for a token. Oh, we won't have that plug. We won't have that support in the plugin though. I think you can go back to like any timestamp in history and identify what the token holders list was. So if you wanted to see who held Gib token back at this certain time in the past, I think you can do that. But that's a bit too advanced for our plugin right now.
Yeah, I don't think we. Yeah, exactly. But that's pretty cool. So here, so you can put in 2 inputs. Huh. So we can do.
But do we need to clean it, or can it just take like raw JSON? Yeah,
Well,
I think
it's the same data structure. But what I guess if we have it as okay, let me have a look.
I think we should use AI to do this comparison.
Okay. Well, but so what so I'm thinking. I'm not. Let's go. If we do sheets, what we could do.
Yeah.
Is where's get rows in a sheet. So create a new credential. Oh, that's long.
This is gonna be your Google API.
Yeah. Service account. No, that's gonna be way too long.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be easier than that. I thought they'd have like a custom sort of. What would be another JSON file?
I mean, it feels like. I mean, can we just leave? No, we can't leave it in memory because we have to compare previous state. We need to be able to write out.
Exactly. Because what I was thinking is we can query it and then we can compare. Then we can have like the previous version here.
Yeah.
We can compare it, and then after it's been compared, we save the old version into
as
the
previous, and we always just keep the current version in memory.
Exactly. Yeah. So we just need to figure out how to bloody. Surely there must be just like a simple, easy database.
Data store, yeah. But it's going to have to spin up this database on your local though. So.
Yeah, true.
We've got to be able just to write a JSON to disk. I mean, come on. I'll do a little bit of scavenging in the background here.
Yeah, okay. Because then that can be our input B. Our input B could be.
Yeah.
What could it be? Next. Read files from disk. That would sit over here. Boom. That would go in as input B maybe, or maybe we do a bit of data parsing first. Let's just create. I'm just going to add something to. Let's go cd. Just going to create a JSON over here, see if we can read it. Okay, and let's,
All right, I'm gonna jump on N8N and just see what we can do here.
so I've got the previous version on here. Access to the file is not allowed. Great. How do I give that access? Data stores.
All right, let's see what it says.
Data stores. Is that data stores? I think it's crazy how there's no.
Okay, it does say, right, we need to convert JSON to a binary.
Yeah.
Out of. Yep. And it says we can just convert to JSON. So fetch the JSON payload, convert to JSON, set the file name. Okay, we did that. Add read-write files to disk from disk node. Here, let's get that compared data. So, do you still have the convert to JSON?
Yeah, I can get that back up there. So what is it? Convert?
Yeah, convert to file and then
convert to JSON.
Yep. And then, yep, give it a file name.
All items to one file.
It says, and the output field default is data. Okay, sure. And let's just name this again. Probably.
So that does have everything there. That is the correct object by the looks of it.
Perfect.
Output file. Okay, cool. So we've done that.
And then go to settings here and let's just name this thing.
Okay. So this is going to be.
Yeah. This is just
like.
This is our history.
This is going to become the previous after this done. So.
Yeah.
I've got
Okay.
I've got in here. I've got this previous.json stored already. So this is like an existing one-off.
Okay.
To start.
And now we need to add a read-write files from disk node.
Right. Okay. So let me do read-write files from disk.
And we need to select write. Yep. Set file name to the full path where N8N can write. So that's going to be our existing.
Now that makes sense. Right. Okay. That does indeed make sense. So this is then going to be /previous.json. Okay.
Yep. And then
so
make sure the directory.
It's not right. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'll just give it permissions.
Yep. Yeah, make sure directory exists in N8N has permissions to write. If running in Docker, write to a mounted volume path inside the container. Are you running this via Docker?
No, not running in Docker.
Okay.
I'm using just N8N, so this is not in Docker. But it's probably the same. I mean, it's probably just the same thing. So, did you get N8N block? Is it that block file access to N8N files? Yeah.
It doesn't say.
If you really want to write inside, yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
And if the file exists, it will overwrite.
That's good. Okay, I'm gonna don't save inside.
Okay.
Got N8N. Why not?
Just FYI, it says if you're tempted to use a code node to write files, that will not work. Code cannot access the file system. Use read-write files from disk instead.
Do you know what it is? I think it's because I've done it in this NAN folder, which, well, that might be the reason why, but it says I shouldn't do it in the NAN folder.
Oh, you're just going to place it somewhere else?
Yeah. Let me do rename data to.
Just create a brand new folder somewhere. You don't even need to move that one. Just create something on your root/documents or something.
Yeah, I've got it. Okay, so this is what we got. So here, boom, /previous.
Right.
Hey,
Let's go.
that's just sod's law. Like I just like, okay, cool. So that's fine. So now this one, when we read it, sweet. Okay, so now we can convert this from read file. File to JSON. What was it? File to JSON.
What's our goal here?
Extract, convert binary data to JSON. Extract from JSON.
What are you doing?
Taking the saved binary, the previous.
Oh, right. So that
Yeah.
we can compare it with what's the current query in memory.
Yeah, exactly. But we've got this stacked. Okay, there's going to be some data structure issues. That's fine.
Well, we're just going to throw it in AI anyways and have it do this, Jake.
Okay, let's do that.
We'll create an agent that does this comparison for us.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Imagine that, using AI to compare two JSON documents instead of parsing it and comparing it yourself.
Yeah, but I think that slightly different data structure. It'll be much easier. And to be honest, this needs to get done afterwards. So actually, we need to add this AI in here. So let's add. We don't really need an AI agent. I think we can just have.
Yeah, we can just call out.
Yeah,
but this has to happen after we have our two files, right?
Yes. Yeah. But before the new one's been saved to old.
Yes, exactly.
So we just want to do message and model. That's what we want. I've already set up my OpenAI account, so I've already got an OpenAI account connected.
Yeah.
Text. Oh yeah, cool. So it looks like maybe we can generate images. Yeah, so we can do this for the NFT when we're minting it.
So we're gonna
for here.
Is resource a file here? Wait, we're not doing text, are we? We can do a file, Jake.
Oh no, but we've converted it to JSON, so we've got two JSON. Yeah. Okay. So actually, I think what we're going to need to do is we need to sort of combine this into one. Maybe not. No, it should be right. Okay, so we want to do text from. We'll just do. Let's do
just
5 milli. 5 milli.
Yeah, there you go.
5 milli. Execute the previous node. So now we have the Hedera node. Extract from
sorry, I didn't get any content. Okay. Let's just back up. Hold on, Jake. Let's just slow down and back up just a little bit. What is our goal right now? Where are we and where are we trying to get to?
Yeah. So what we want to do. We want to compare the new snapshot of meme coin holders with the previous snapshot of meme coin holders.
Right. And where is the previous snapshot stored?
So that's just currently being stored in local disk.
Okay.
That's currently being stored in local disk.
And where is the new snapshot stored?
The new snapshot is just stored in the NAN memory. So it's not actually saved, it's just being stored in the NAN memory. Right. And then what we can do, after we compare the two, we can then save the new one as the old one. And so the next time that the schedule runs, we'll take the new one from the mirror node, and then the previously new one becomes the old one, and then we just do a comparison between the two. But I've realized that these ones over here aren't running. And the reason for that is because in NN you generally need to do things linearly. So we actually need to move this over here, and we'll just put it like that. Now everything's going to run as we wish. And there we have it.
And we're not overriding too early.
No.
Oh, because we're just reading. Okay.
Yeah. We're just reading stuff at the moment, so we're not writing anything yet.
Right.
So we've got over here. We have this is our new. This we can rename as.
Yeah.
We can rename this to be new.
Token holder. Yeah, new mirror node. Okay, sure.
Data. And then over here, this is our old mirror node data.
Perfect. Now we're cooking.
So in here, we just need to go, okay, compare the old mirror node data with the new mirror node data and return a list. And then we can actually do output content as JSON. So we can do like a, we can do structured format. So, and return list of new account IDs which have a balance greater than 0.
Yeah, let's say new account IDs which exist in the new mirror node data only and have a balance of greater than 0.
Well, no, because sometimes what if the old data has someone which has a balance of 0, and then in the new data they're still there, but then they've got 10.
Oh,
that would, yeah. So I think even if they are in it before, we should still consider them, but only if they've had 0.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see if we have to further prompt engineer this or
yeah,
not.
exactly. But I think to be honest, we're not gonna. Obviously,
we're not gonna go down that route.
If you've got tens of thousands of holders, definitely don't use AI for this. Just do a. But for what we've got, we'll be all right. And then so what's really cool about NAN is the fact that you can sort of drag in these variables. So we can just say over here, old data. So let's do it. This is a good way of doing prompting. You do markup tags. And inside of this old data, we just need to drag that in. Oh, yeah, we just need to drag that up here. Boom. So this is our JSON.data. I think actually we need to do JSON.stringify so that it becomes readable. There we go. Yeah. So JSON.stringify. And then in our new data, new data, same sort of thing. We just want to go over to our new mirror node data and just
pull balances in. Yeah, let's go.
So again, we need to do this sort of JSON.stringify thing.
And what does that do?
So what this is doing is, this is sort of like a technical issue. So we've got this JSON object, and an object is a special type of data structure which isn't like a typical string. So a string is very simple. It's just basically quotation marks with a blurb of text. Whereas an object has a nested structure, and technically an object could be made up of strings and numbers and other objects, etc., etc., etc. What's happening here is when we put this object straight inside of NAN, it's not formatting it correctly. So by doing this JSON.stringify, what we're doing is we're taking that object and we're stringifying it, basically just converting it into a string, which is better understood by this NAN piece.
Perfect explanation, Jake. Thank you.
So as you can see, we've got like a mock example of what this prompt actually looks like with that dynamic piece of data, and that's what everything that you see here is. I'm trying to make it a bit bigger. There we go. Everything that you see here, which is inside of those curly braces, is coming from the previous nodes. This is what we call dynamic. This is dynamic data. It's every time it runs, it's going to be slightly different. Whereas the stuff around it is static. That's always, that's like the template. It's always going to be the same.
All right. Let's.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually just going to add a little dot balances here, and then it becomes exactly the same.
And now we're converting the balances to the balances.
Yeah. Because now it's sort of one to one. So in this case, it's the same. Like we'd expect an empty array. What we can do here is we can say output content as JSON. And we probably want to specify inside of our prompt example output.
Yeah.
And we just want to say like an array of.
Do we want JSON here, or do we want just a list of the account IDs?
So I'm not. I think we want both, because we can have a JSON list of the account IDs.
Because this is going to be input into our transfer NFT node.
Yeah, I think what we definitely want an array, because what NAN does is it automatically does its own iteration. So let's have a look at what this output's like. This should be an output of, it should be an empty array. We'd hope. And content refusal.
Here, let's just manually edit. Let's just manually edit our previous.json on disk right now.
Okay. Yeah. So we will do
just remove mine.
No, because then it's 0, so it shouldn't. We will. What will we do? We can go. I'm going to remove this one, because then we're adding a new one which has a balance, so that should sort of.
Well, hold on. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's execute this. So that and refusal no.
Oh, it says right there, new accounts. Yeah,
new accounts.
That's you. That's it.
Cool. Perfect.
All right.
But it's still come back as, and then it saved it to disk. Let's have a look at the disk then again. It saved it saved something to disk correctly.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We basically, what we need to do here.
So what happened there? Why did it say, what is our input for our save to disk, convert to file?
Yeah, so I wonder if we should, okay.
Just for the audience, this is the most difficult part. Once we get this done, creating and transferring the NFT is going to be very trivial for us.
Yeah, so I think, oh yeah, that's going to be easy.
So
let's try that.
Hold on, what are we doing?
Well, so before it was just data.
Oh, right.
Which I think is the most recent.
Yeah, okay.
So what I've done is I've deleted that, and I'm just now dragging and dropping
the new mirror node balances. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that should work. So what we're doing is, previously we were storing some variable data which was being updated after the return from OpenAI. And so now
Hmm.
we're which was incorrectly overriding our previous .json, our previous holders,
Yeah.
token holders. And so what we're doing now is we're specifically telling it what information we want to write to previous JSON, which is going to be our new token holders list.
So do we want to do that? I think that, there we go. That's not, what the heck?
No, that's not it either.
Previous file, is that?
Oh,
I'm going to do it from scratch. I'm going to go.
well, we need to have a previous .json right now from scratch. We got to bootstrap it with something. Because this bug is overriding it, previous .json incorrectly right now. So just keep somewhere like stored on a clip. Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay, so we've got this is the current previous.json.
Yeah.
Getting the mirror node data. Reading it.
The reading it's fine.
So taking that and then doing, okay. So I'll do one more.
Hey, Andres.
I think there's also a bit of a cache going on. I've got to, sometimes it does cache. Yeah, it's still saving the.
So let's just look at. I'll just answer Andres' question here. Is it possible to interconnect a service or KYC with the HBAR wallets and N8N? You know what this would require, Andres, is there a KYC node available in N8N? And if there is, then you can get set up with that service and integrate that. If this is something like I can't remember what the KYC and compliance team or project is right now. My mind's going blank, but you'd have to see if they have a node available. And is that a community node? Is it a verified node? And then submit whatever that node requires you to submit, just like an API call.
Yeah, but I think something. Obviously, there's lots of different ways to do KYC. I think it should be fine. I think I'm sure there are ways to do KYC. So input binary field, name of the.
Yeah. So that's. Oh. Okay. Hold on, Jake. Let's step back. The problem is. For some reason, it's writing the output of OpenAI.
Yeah.
The return. So we need to somehow access the previous. We need to get the new mirror node data. So what is the format of our new mirror node data? Have we converted that? That's just stored. That's stored in RAM. That's stored in memory.
Yeah, I mean, I get, because it seems like it's just taking the most recent one. So technically, we could.
So new mirror node data, we need to convert that to JSON, new mirror node data, don't we? Before we get to write it out.
Yeah, but so that's what this step is. This is converting it to JSON, but it just doesn't seem to be pulling the right. I think I'm doing something wrong. It doesn't seem to be pulling the right.
Okay, let's just go back and take a look here.
Doesn't seem to be putting the right information.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just an input issue here. So
yeah.
What do we know? We know that AI was successfully able to get both JSON payloads and was able to compare it and was able to send us the correct result. So that much of the workflow is working. Let's just go back and take a look at where new data is only saved in memory. So let's just take a look at new data. Let's back it up. So new data, right? So what is that read? Right? So that's reading a file from disk. All right.
Yeah. So
And
this is
so
the
we're
old data. This is reading old data.
right. So we've got new data, then we go to old data, then compare.
In compare. So yeah, this is
Right. So we haven't operated on new data at all yet on disk.
no.
Or
Yeah,
all right.
exactly. Yeah. It's
And
not
we
the
haven't and we have not transformed new data in any way either. We're just
exactly.
getting that raw data. Okay.
Yeah.
So this needs to be new data. We need to pull new data into this. So where's our input?
Drag
Drag an input. Okay, we'll drag new data.
But see, this is what I did.
Okay.
So I did that,
Okay.
and then it just comes up over here, and then this is where I think that maybe
we've got to convert to JSON. We haven't converted to JSON yet.
no, this is convert to JSON. This is
okay. Let's go back to our workflow. That is convert to JSON.
This is convert to JSON. So I think it might actually be a caching thing. To be honest, I think it might be. If I save this and then refresh it, I've got a feeling it might be okay. So at the moment, okay. So we need to, right, let's just do copy selection. Huh? No. I'm just going to start from scratch because I've got a feeling that.
Just copying in the raw mirror node data into JSON.
And then I'm going to do the same. There we go. Okay, so this is previous. I'm going to delete this. Then we've got this.
Yeah.
Imaginary something's been added.
Yep.
And then we can just run the whole workflow. So this will be reading it. This is comparing it. This should return array. There we go.
Yep.
This. No, it's still saving that output. Like.
Let's go back to the workflow. Convert to file. So that's just converting.
See, this data is it's the new mirror node data. This one.
Yeah. That looks right. That looks right.
But look the fuck.
Okay, hold up.
All items, each item's a separate file.
Yeah.
Why is there's some? I'm going to look at the docs in terms of how it works. Documentation. Convert to file.
Because somehow the output of OpenAI is being used to write out.
Create a file for every input item. Nope.
I mean, I would expect data to be the output of OpenAI. That's like the most recent return data.
Yeah, right, exactly. But that's
and so we need new mirror node. Let's just try this again. New mirror node data.
Okay, I've got an idea. This is a bit of a botch job. What we can do is we can read this first, extract it, then query it, and then write it. So that it's right after, because it looks like it's just taking the output. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm thinking we just do this.
Oh, we're going to read the old mirror node data first.
Yeah. And then we can fetch the new data, and then we'll save it, and then we'll already have what we read. We'll have in memory, so we can put that in here. Fine.
Okay.
And then we just go over here. Then we save it, and then we write it, and then we do the comparison.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that makes sense. So here, this would be data. Let's just test this. So that's okay. Boom.
I know this is incredibly difficult to follow for the audience here.
And then over here, error.
So now we need to update old data and new data.
Oh yeah, we need to call this data execute step. Yeah, so look at that. Now if we go, this is now the, yeah, okay, this is working.
Let's test it again here.
Yeah, let's just go. So this is JSON.stringify schema. We need to bring this.
Okay, so let's delete that and pull it back in from the left.
Hang on. So this old data is over here. Old data. Balances, chuck that there.
All right, so what we're doing here is we've slightly changed around how the new data and old data is being managed. And so we need to update where we're pulling it from, either from disk or from memory, feed those new paths back into AI so that it has the right data to work on.
Yeah, awesome. Now, okay, so we're going to need to keep the, looks like it's creating like an object. So I'm just going to slightly tweak this output so that we have like a clearly defined sort of schema. It's not just returning an array, it's returning an array within a sort of property. So we need to do new accounts. And also you must follow this output.
Hey, thank you. A big thank you to the N8N team for retweeting this live stream right now. So if anybody from N8N has joined and is not familiar with Hedera, what we're doing is we're on the Hedera team. I'm over at the Hedera Foundation. Jake is a developer relations over at Hashgraph, which is our product and engineering firm. And what we're doing is we have built a Hedera plugin for N8N, and we've got a locally hosted version of N8N spun up, and we're just building stuff using that Hedera plugin. Currently, we are trying to compare token holders of a token, a meme coin, to know who the new token holders are, and we're going to airdrop them a welcome to the community NFT, basically. So we've run into a little bit of issues here, as one does when building, but we're working through it. And I think,
to be honest, I think we've done it. We've gone past the hard bit, which is all of this like snapshot stuff. I don't think it'd be this difficult. We have done it. We have done it. So now, if we look back at our Lucid chart, we're at a point where we can now mint the NFT and transfer it.
Cool.
So we're at the final stretch.
Nice.
Because that AI block over here, this is not the most efficient way of doing it, but it is a way of doing it. Rather than sort of comparing objects and whatever, we're just chucking it all in. We're chucking the two snapshots into AI and saying, okay, return an array of new accounts, and then we'll essentially be making sure that we can check whether there are any accounts. So I think we can add maybe let's see if there's any like conditional stuff. we can go if wire me up, so we'll go boom, up in here. We can say if new accounts is not empty.
Yep.
If new accounts is not empty, then that means true. Then we want to mint an NFT.
Yep.
So we can go to Hedera and add to workflow, and we will go to the token, mint NFT. The token ID we hard code because that's the token ID that we created earlier on in the session.
Yep.
Now, for the time being, let's just get like a dead pixel, dead ghost pixel. Dead pixels ghost club. Let's get the first one.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay. So the metadata is over here. Raw metadata. This is what we want. Copy link address, and we just paste that metadata in here.
Sure.
So if you buy our meme coin, you get a real. Then goes. I think that should be right. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that should work.
So
now we're minting another NFT into this collection. And then we're going to take that NFT and airdrop it, transfer it.
Yeah. Now this is interesting because we're going to be going a bit more technical now, because I didn't actually add airdrop NFT, but I did it in the background. So I've got the NAN is the NAN community Hedera node is open source, so you can clone the repo and you can check it out. You can add your own functionality, and you can raise a PR and add more Hedera functionality. Now there's this really useful. I mean, this should be renamed to agents.md, to be honest, because agents.md is like the standard. But there's a really good contribution guide which an AI agent can take and use to create a new feature to the Hedera node. And in the background, I actually added a quick instruction. I said, let's add airdrop NFT operation similar to airdrop operation.ts, except for airdrop NFT.
Let me convert from Jake to English here.
Okay.
For the audience, yeah. We need to airdrop an NFT, but the current Hedera N8N package did not support airdrop NFT. We did support airdrop fungible token, but we did not yet have airdrop NFT. So what Jake did in the background was build that functionality to airdrop NFT. And since we don't have time right now to push that update to the npm package and do all that, we're just going to throw that code into NAN for now. What, Jake, in a code block, right?
I mean, to be honest, what I can say, this is really good. If you're a developer and you're using NAN, this is a really important skill to know. So you can actually build it locally, and then you can point it towards your local deployment. So I think what I'll do is I'll quickly do that, and then that will give us access to the actual airdrop NFT. So I'm going to do that really quickly, and I'll talk through what I'm doing. Again, this is technical. What I'm doing is more advanced, but I'm stopping the NAN. I'm going to, well, actually, no, let's start it again real quick. So I think the first thing that I do is I'll actually uninstall the old. I'll uninstall the old community node over here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to point it towards my local version. And then over here then I go to the directory which NAN lives in, and you can add custom. I was actually still, oh cool, yeah, I've actually, okay. So basically what you want to do is you want to create a folder called custom, and in that you can actually point towards your own local packages. And I've already got an example of that. You just need to do like a symlink essentially. So I'm going to rename this to custom. I already had it done. This is definitely very advanced. So don't sort of, if you're looking at this and going like, what's going on, forget about that. What's important is I've just got an updated version of it locally, and if I now go back to my workflow, I hope Hedera is there. Yeah, it is there. Hedera. Yeah. And token airdrop NFT, so it's showing up.
Let's go.
We've got it. So I'll be able to push that up. Now, gonna need to undo the old. I'm gonna need to add in the old Hedera stuff. So this was the, what's this Hedera tool? Why is there two? No. Ah, that's for agents. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's okay. Right, Hedera. There we go. Add that. So this was querying the mirror node. This was getting the token balances of this token ID. So get token balance, token ID, execute that step. Unrecognized node type. Oh no.
You know, maybe.
This is the I think that's the unrecognized one. Yeah. Oh, it's because the old one was still in there. And then, if true, this was when we minted the token.
Yep.
Token mint NFT, mint this NFT.
Yep.
Then we had the pixels metadata.
Yep.
And then we had, well, we didn't have that. Now we do. We've got Hedera token airdrop NFT. We can paste in the.
No, we should. Okay, so for serial number, we don't want to hard code serial number there.
No, we don't. Workflow has issues. What issues does it have? Execute workflow. Okay, let's execute. Why is that? I'm going to delete this since I'm doing. Reference node doesn't. Okay, it's coming. Okay, we need to do some similar stuff to before. We just need to patch up the. Make sure it's. We could, because we've changed some stuff. It's now sort of. We need to update the data, make sure that it's getting it on the correct pointer. New data. This is the new data. That's what happened. Now this should work. There we go. Cool. This time new accounts is empty because it's updated, the file's updated. Okay, sweet. So did it min? That was false, right? Okay, and then now I think we can add our airdrop NFT. Hedera, we'll add our airdrop NFT in here. Airdrop NFT.
All right, so what we're doing is we're trying to get our JSON file in a place so that when, actually, no, we don't, you can just use, hey, Jake, for testing, you can just use the existing JSON as it pulls down. You don't have to edit it every time, because once you transfer one hustle token to me, then it should trigger this. And
Yeah.
I can always just send that token back if it doesn't work.
Yeah, but for some reason it's not. I think I'm. Hedera 1, old mirror node data. Okay, that's fine. Just trying to get it to run.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to get it to identify the difference with this thing. This should mint an NFT.
Yeah.
There we go, it's running that. Okay, cool. So now if we do...
And let's just go to the hash scan. Let's confirm that it did mint that NFT.
Yeah, okay. Airdrop NFT. Yeah, so we can take this transaction ID over here. That's the second one.
Yeah, that's all right.
Boom. So yeah, this is the second one in the... There we go.
Nice.
One,
Okay,
two.
let's go. So now the only thing left is to transfer this bad boy.
Yeah, exactly. So
we can hard code the token ID and then dynamically pull in the serial number from what the most recent created serial number was from the previous node.
yeah, so what we can do is we take this now. Okay, so we don't have the iteration going yet.
The iteration of, just the iteration if more than one account.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, Jake, just looking at the time, I think we're going to have to descope that.
Let's just descope it. That sounds good to me. So we want to go, the recipient account ID is going to be this new account ID. And then the serial is going to be what's been newly created. Now let's first just check that it's working. I'm going to take another, because we've not actually tested this airdrop NFT one yet. So I'm going to hard code like a separate account that I have. And let's hard code a separate account just to see that it works. Execute step. Serial number must be valid. Whatever. So there's a dodgy bit of coding. Airdrop NFT, serial, shut up. Stupid error handling, man.
This is in the plugin.
Yeah, it's just not handling it very well.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, so we'll rebuild it.
And just for the audience, like, this is the debut of the Hedera N8N plugin, right? This thing is still being maintained. We've got a team maintaining this, building on this. This is going to continue to get better, get easier, and have more functionality added over time. So this is its first birthday, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't save it. That's frustrating. I need to do the same thing again. I didn't save it with the updated. So this was doing, okay, let's do this quick time. Mirror node. get account token, no, get token balance. Paste that, execute step. I need to delete that one. I need to make sure that it's getting all the data correctly. Previous nodes, okay, this is the old mirror node data. Let's take the balances, check it in there. New mirror node data, let's delete that. Get this one in, balances.
Yep.
I'm going to save it just so we don't have this stupid thing again. Okay. Cool. And then we want to do the mint again. Hedera.
This is all because you made updates to the package.
No, well, partly that, but it's because I made updates to the package, but I didn't save it. And then it reverted to before I upped. When it was pointing towards the NAN NPM one, whereas now it's pointing towards the local version. So it's just a bit of a technical glitch due to the fact that I didn't save the file.
So I think what our success case looks like here is you're going to transfer one token to me, and we'll see if it airdrops to my account.
Yeah, that would be a success. So we then do airdrop. I need to go back over here to.
Well, it should be, yeah, it should be fine.
That's going to true, perfect. We've got the new account over here, so we'll do the final one. This is the airdrop one. I still want to just test the airdrop to make sure it's working. So the token ID is over here. And then I'll do this recipient account. So this is just hard coding.
Just gonna test this. Yeah, just test it.
Yeah, it looks like it's good. Okay, perfect.
Go back into Hashpack and see if you have an airdrop notification.
So this has got unlimited.
Give it a Oh, it's unlimited. Yeah, pop a refresh.
Unlimited. So this should just have it in its. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's a good old NFT there.
Screaming into the finish line here.
Yeah, we're there. Okay, so now
what we're going to do is we're going to
make it dynamic.
Yeah.
So now we're going to make it dynamic. So the recipient account ID is going to be from this new accounts. Cool. Okay. And now, so if we run this workflow again, we'd expect it to go false because in the previous one, there was a difference, but then we updated the new snapshot and that became the previous snapshot.
Yep. And now we just need to make dynamic the account ID and the serial number in the transfer.
That's done. So that's here. That's done. So now if I just transfer you some of that token.
Yep.
Which I think
here, do you need my account ID? Yeah, one sec. Let me get it to you.
No, I've got it in here. It's part of the. Is it 266? Yeah, 2660919.
Yeah, that's it.
Hustle coin over here. Okay, I'm going to send you 420.
Yep.
Okay, so now, because my previous snapshot says that account has a balance of 0, But then when we query the mirror node, it's going to have a balance of 420.
Right.
This should all run. The AI should go, okay, here's an array, here's an account ID, which you should airdrop the token. We're going to mint the NFT, and then we're going to airdrop the NFT. And if we're successful, Ashe's wallet should have that the fourth serial. I think there's 3 serials at the moment. So we've got.
Yep, and I did receive that hustle coin.
You received the hustle coin. Okay, so let's go execute workflow. It's comparing. And the output of this should be Ashe's account ID.
My account ID, which ends in 919.
Woo! Looking good. It's looking good. Okay.
All right, let's take a look here. So, and since I was not associated with this NFT, it should show up as an airdrop. Oh wait. Oh no, I received it. Yep, I received it.
Owner. So we have the owner.
Nice.
Go.
So if you have a testnet account and you want to test this yourself, you can drop it. We only have a couple of minutes left, but drop your testnet account ID.
Exactly. Drop your testnet account IDs
into the chat, and we can send you some hustle coin, and then it'll execute this, and you'll get this NFT.
For sure. Yeah,
hey, Milan,
what's up?
I don't see any yet.
I don't think
but it worked, Jake. We got there across the finish line.
That's amazing.
You know,
because it's a scheduled trigger.
Yeah.
It should just run. At the moment, it's running. I think it's running every 30. Let's see, every 30 seconds. So
we had a bit of a learning curve here with N8N. Storing files and converting to binary files and all this stuff. But once you learn this stuff, all right, level up trading. I'll send you some of the token and let's see if it works. Jake, I'm gonna send level up trading some.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that. Because I've got this, I've just put it on active. I've just put the workflow on active. I'm hoping that it does automatically.
Okay. Level up trading, make sure and associate with this token, all right?
Yeah, it looks like one just ran. So we just had one which just ran.
Okay.
Yes, I'd like to know what it reckon.
All right, 10 hustle tokens sent to level up trading.
Level up trading deserves more than that, bro.
Well, you can send him some too. Send him some too.
If you see over here, we've got our workflows are running on their own cron job. So they're running every 30 seconds now, which is really
all right. 10 hustle received, and we just wait.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it might even be running. So there should be 5. Woo!
Okay, here we go.
554546996. Is that his account?
5469967.
Yeah. Is that his? Yeah.
Yeah. That's him right there.
So he's now owns the NFT.
Ah, nice. Go to that. Is this the account? Yeah. Go to operations or something to see the two transfers: the transfer of the hustle token and then the transfer of the NFT.
Yeah. So it's weird because NFTs don't show up in Hashscan. We have raised this with the Hashscan team, but we can see that there's the transfer. We can see that the hustle tokens come in, and then now he has that NFT over here. Even like technically we could do one step ahead. And as you can see, it's just still running. So like there was one, it's still going. Look at that. You can tell when it takes longer when there's actually when there is a difference, because it needs to think harder to actually create that array. But we could technically sort of do like one step ahead, where if we go back to the workflow, and whenever we mint this NFT, we could, I don't know, we could technically go like, we could have a dynamic metadata, or like we said earlier, we could sort of generate the image sort of in real time. Unfortunately, we didn't get time to do that today, but I think we still had success. I mean, just the fact that level up trading.
And can we confirm that Level Up Trading did receive the NFT? Can you just go to that account ID on?
Yeah, he definitely did. So he definitely did. This is his account. Now he did mention the only thing is in my history. So that's actually due to, I guess it's expected behavior, but it's not ideal behavior. You can kind of think of it as a bug where NFT transfers aren't showed up. Don't show up in the transaction history.
Oh, that's weak.
Yeah, it's not ideal. I'm pretty sure there's an issue to resolve it. But,
no doubt.
I think if we go to my account, we might get 50% on my account.
You just showed. Go back. So this is his account. Okay, right. And you went to assets. So go back to Trading's account.
This is Trading's account. This is Trading's account.
He's go under assets.
Yeah, exactly. So he's got 10 hustle coin.
Yep.
10 hustle coin, and he's got this NFT.
Let's go.
Yeah. I've got a feeling if we go to my account, we'll probably see the NFT transfer here. Yeah, you can see this is the token, the NFT.
Right. Yeah, that is a little bit wonky with how Hashscan works.
Okay. Yeah, it's also partly to do with the mirror node, because obviously but it's an issue which has been identified, and yeah, we are to the best of knowledge that is being worked on. But no, this is great. This is great. I mean, it's still sort of cooking in the background. If you just go to executions, it's still, you see, it's every 30 seconds it's running that cron job. So if anyone else does come and create it, it will work. And this is fully built on NAN. This is. I do want to say low code, no code. There obviously was an element of technical understanding. I think painless humor. I'm not sure what he means by this, but after watching for 10 minutes, I understood to whom with zero coding. It's maybe zero coding experience isn't the best, the most truthful thing.
Well, one thing is that we had to add the NFT airdrop to the plugin live on the show today. So that is not something that you would need to do. And the other thing is, just because we say zero coding experience doesn't mean zero technical experience. I think there's a difference there, you know.
Yeah. You definitely need to be able backstage. You definitely need to have at least a bit of logical if-else experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, Ashe is right. The airdrop NFT that'll be made. That'll be released ASAP. That's, I guess, as we proved, it's ready to go. And yeah, if you do want to contribute to the NAN community node, go to the GitHub repo and raise a PR, or even just raise an issue, and that would be more than enough to contribute. Would be very much appreciated.
And remember, get it working first and then optimize it later, right? There's things in this that we can make better. There's optimizations, there's nice to haves that if anyone wants to see us continue with a NAN series, then let us know, because we're looking at what types of things to do for you guys. I mean, we're here to create content that you want to watch and listen to and interact with. So if you like this whole N8N thing, we'd love to keep jumping in here and just continuing to build more complex stuff in N8N, show you what the power is.
And actually, I guess maybe backstage team, maybe we can send out like a call to action on X and just get some community suggestions. What should we build with N8N? What do you want to see us build? Like we've just built, to be honest, like a pretty it's relatively complex. Doing that in code and having to maintain that, it's not. I mean, it's not super difficult, but it's not trivial either. You still need to have maintain a server and sort of have a for loop which has some logic. So it's not like super. It's not super easy, and we did it after we got over the first hurdle of just checking the data. We did a really good job.
Yeah, and we spent the first 30 or 40 minutes just, getting set up and talking about innate indifferences and getting the plugin set up and just this is stuff you wouldn't need to do after your first time,
Right.
Yeah, downloading innate end.
So just to Andrés' point, sabes que Ash y yo hablamos español, así que podemos hacer un Hashgraph Hustlers para una audiencia hispánica, seguramente. Where's your Spanish, Ash? Come on.
It's not enough coffee for Spanish this morning.
It's early. For me, it's 10 a.m. now. It's 10 a.m.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, cool. Well, I think that was done. We got up to we finished it off nicely. We did a good job.
We did. We met our goal. Did we use AI in the best way possible? No. But
No.
I think it shows you like we're in this wave of developers and people figuring out when and how to use AI.
Mm-hmm.
We could have written some code to do some comparison for these two histories of token holders. But instead of doing all that, we just passed it into AI and it told us what the new token holders were, and we ran from there. So, we're in the next couple of years are going to be very interesting for when and when not to use AI. It reminds me, what we've been going through with crypto, when and when not to use a decentralized database versus a centralized database. I still see a lot of people using crypto and NFTs specifically for some reason still, where you just don't need a decentralized database to solution to build a lot of solutions. So, stay curious out there and keep hustling, and let's do it again.
What have we got next? Actually, we've got a pretty good lineup for Hashgraph Hustlers coming up. I think we've got one the CTO of Wallet Connect, which has recently been rebranded as Reown, coming on, where we're going to be going over some of the payment solutions that they've got, which look really quite powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we'll be doing more stuff around agents, right? Like the new
and agent payments and stuff. I think that's where we really need to focus, is the agent payment space. Google's got their A2A communication, their AP2, their agentic payments. We're also chatting with James, the founder of Neuron.
Right. Yes.
Hedera's biggest DePIN project, and maybe if you want to see what the Neuron team's doing, they're doing agent payments, they're doing DePIN data sources, decentralized data gathering. So you just hit us up and let us know.
We'll definitely do that. Yeah, we're back, ready for action, ready for business.
Let's do it. Jake, thanks for spending your Friday night with us, mate. It's 10 o'clock for you.
Yeah, it's bedtime now for sure.
Yeah.
It's bedtime.
All right. Well, appreciate it, everyone. Keep hustling.
Take care, everyone. Keep hustling.
The need for a more interconnected world is fueling new decentralized technologies and new ways of doing business. Hedera stands at the forefront of distributed ledgers, where every interaction is not only trusted, but fast, efficient, and secure. While traditional blockchains struggle with speed and fees, Hedera's network settles transactions in under 3 seconds for a fraction of a penny. And the proof is in the numbers. Hedera is uniquely governed by a council of the world's leading institutions, ensuring transparency, trust, and decentralization. It's no wonder Hedera is the leading choice for enterprise and DeFi use cases. Everything from real-world asset tokenization to AI data integrity. Discover the only decentralized network with the governance, scalability, and security to power the new digital economy. What future will you build?